Crompton Divided by Robert Sheckley. One day at the age of 12 in the summer of 1971, I had the good fortune to be introduced to both Philip K. Dick and Robert Sheckley. I was in a used bookstore on Vaughn Boulevard in Fort Worth, Texas. I picked up a copy of The Penultimate Truth by Philip K. Dick. The proprietor said, "If you like Dick, you'll probably like Sheckley too." She talked me into buying an anthology of Sheckley's short stories. She was right. The man wrote hilariously imaginative fiction. I was pleased to find Crompton Divided was just as entertaining as everything else I've read by Robert Sheckley. What's a good description that'll give you an idea of what to expect from this book? How about this? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest meets Alice in Wonderland with a splash of King Solomon's Mines. Sound insane? Yeah, it is, in a good way. Crompton is an accomplished psycho-smell contriver for a major firm. His olfactory sense is highly developed, enabling him to construct scents which elicit very specific memories in the minds of anyone who smells them. He wins an award for his efforts, but the prize money is not sufficient to pay for the quest he intends to make, so he steals some very valuable scent concentrate and sells it on the black market. Crompton, it seems, is an unhappy, unattractive man trapped in a boring, repetitive existence with no highs or lows. He blames this on the fact that two subordinate personalities were identified by mental health professionals and were extracted from him. These personalities were given Duryea bodies of their own, artificial human forms that last about 45 years. Crompton blames the loss of these personalities for his own boring, predictable, and glamourless existence. He intends to track them down and reintegrate with them. Thus begins one of the strangest quest novels ever written. Working with only scant leads, like some interstellar detective, Crompton goes in search of Loomis, a subordinate personality who is motivated only by hedonistic desires. Then he tracks down Stack, his extremely aggressive alter, who, as it turns out, split himself into two fragments. The final piece of the personality puzzle is named Finch. If the contents of this novel seem like the stuff of LSD hallucinations, opium dreams, and mushroom fantasies, well, they just may be. Sheckley made no bones about his frequent and diverse use of mind-altering substances. In fact, toward the end of his life, he came to the conclusion that he had destroyed his exceptional imagination by overuse of such drugs. That may be the case, but before he lost it, Sheckley was one of the best. Everyone assumed that Douglas Adams of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fame was influenced by Sheckley's Dimension of Miracles. Though Adams claimed this was not the case, his claim is a little hard to believe. Everything that makes Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy great was there in Dimension of Miracles, and it was published 10 years before Hitchhiker's Guide. Okay, enough of me tooting Sheckley's horn. He's the sort of writer who must be read to be fully appreciated. I could go on about the plot of Crompton Divided, but that really would not align with my intentions. I'm not committed to a certain word count or running time here. It is not the plots of Sheckley's books that are so brilliant. It is the execution, the insight and perspective he so intricately constructs from the flotsam and jetsam of his exceptional mind. Bits and pieces we all recognize, but never imagined woven together in such a strange and artful manner. Crompton Divided, like everything I've ever read by Robert Sheckley, receives my highest recommendation. Intellectually stimulating humor wrapped up in science fiction tropes. Do yourself a favor and check it out.